Welcome back, my dear Taurus rising, moon, and sun. This is your July 2023 astrology forecast. All right, let's see what kind of opportunities you will have in July right now. So what we have to know, we're going to have a lot of aspect this month, and the sky is really, really active right now. So we're going to have actually 21 aspects, and 9 of them are sweet. Rest of it are not really, and we're going to experience 2 grand cross, which is, most of the time it's something what is really truly challenging. And then we also going to have the lunation, which is like the full moon and the new moon. Both of them are aspected twice. And also we're going to have Venus going retrograde on the 22nd, so as Chiron on the 23rd. And we're going to have 6 ingresses, some of them going to be planets, a few, 1 asteroids. Let me see how many asteroids. Actually, there is only Pallas. So 1 asteroid, 4 planets, and the nodes are changing signs as well. So let's see what's going on. It's going to start July 1st with Mercury, Sun, Cazimi, which is really, really beneficial, actually. And actually something lucky, it's going to happen in your it's in your 3rd house. 3rd house is anything to do with communication. It's anything to do with transport, with your neighborhood, with actually with friends, and also that is like a writing project, communication project. It's anything to do with your siblings as well, especially if it's younger siblings, and skill-based learning. So what's happening over here? This Cazimi, it's also going to sextile with Jupiter. Jupiter is in Taurus, you see? And the Cazimi is going to happen at 11 degrees. So it's going to sextile with Jupiter. So it's going to bring in blessing, extra blessing from it. So Jupiter is actually publishing, have to do with publishing or writing a script or podcast, starting a YouTube channel, because it's happening in your 3rd house. It could be like, all right, you're going to start a YouTube channel or podcast, or you are capable to do some kind of transportation business, do your website, bring in shareholders into your business, because it is business-wise, that is your company profile over here, the way you are representing. You're going to create something more beautiful if it's a website, which is actually going to bring in more clientele. So that's good. It's good to learn something skill-based. So you can have an astrology course. You can actually have a home-based office as well if you would like to. And then on the 2nd, we're going to have another aspect, which is going to have Venus and Uranus square. So Uranus is in your 1st house, Taurus, and it's still going to remain here till 26. And then it's going to square with Venus, which is going to go retrograde this month, right? In Leo. All right, so let me see what's happening over here. This is your 4th house. If anything has to do with a project in your home, perhaps you wanted to create a smart home, or you wanted to renovate your home, you wanted to install new cameras in your home, and something is going to fall through, or it's going to get delayed. But the square is actually something, it's an energy, a Martian energy, which is like pushing you forward to do so. So maybe your neighborhood is not that safe anymore, or you'd have to just like, all right, we had few burglaries around, so I need to actually make my house safe and actually buy new cameras around the home. It could also be like, I wanted to spend a lot of time with gardening, or actually create a garden around my house, but right now something is not going well. It could be because of maybe weather related. Uranus in Taurus is weather related. It's raining all the time, and I'm not capable to actually install the hydroponic garden, something like that. All right, so on the 3rd, we're going to have a full moon, and the full moon is going to happen in Capricorn. It's going to get a Taurian degree, a Venusian energy because it's in 11 degrees, so it's in the second decan. The full moon is going to happen in Capricorn, so that is your 9th house. 9th house has to do anything with long distance traveling, so perhaps actually, and it's opposing this Cazimi and with Mercury, so perhaps you have some kind of delay with your traveling. Why? Because maybe the passport are actually expired, or you lost your visa, or, you know, some kind of difficulties. You get your visa later, perhaps. This could actually come up with your traveling right now. But on the other hand, it could be also like, you know what, you have to revisit the book, what you want to publish, or you wanted to start a YouTube channel, but you're still not ready with the content, and you will need to actually work a little bit harder before you're going to actually put that out for the public. Definitely, that's what it is. And, you know, Pluto went retrograde over here in the 9th house. It could be an older siblings. Capricorn ruled by Saturn, which is also retrograde in your 11th house. So it could be a friend or sibling, actually, who could have a tragic accident, unfortunately. For some of you, it could relate to that, or it doesn't even have to be an accident. It could be like you lost contact with that person, or you don't want to talk anymore, or the person is dead to you. So it's indicating some kind of difficulties over here. However, this moon actually, as you can see, because it's going to be in 11 degrees, it is also sextiling with Saturn retrograde, right? So with Saturn, and the moon is ruled by Saturn, actually it's bringing in some kind of satisfaction. Hard work is paying off as well. So for example, if you were working on publishing and, you know, it's got delayed, but you keep pushing forward and forward, and you're not giving up, and, you know, it's going to probably most likely it will succeed. Your endurance, your hard work, your diligence is paying off here. And then this full moon also, as I said, going to trine Jupiter. And Jupiter is here in your 1st house. Look at that. So it's beautiful. Jupiter is not only sextiling here with the Sun and Mercury Cazimi, but also going to trine this full moon. So it's bringing in an extra kind of help, like generosity from, you know, like maybe because of the way you invested a lot of money into your website or into your publishing, or you paid someone who actually is capable to help you with your media, maybe with your traveling as well. So as I said, the visa or something is missing, but if you pay someone, and it's extra money, Jupiter is extra money, obviously, then they are capable to bring that for you in time. It is a little bit of challenge, but they're capable to bring that in time for you. All right. So yes, that's the full moon over here. And we're going to move forward, and we're going to move actually on the 7th, when Mercury and Uranus going to sextile. So on the 7th, Mercury and Uranus going to make a sextile in your chart. That is going to happen in your 3rd house and in your 1st house. So again, it is like a very, very amazing opportunity to create something, to actually update your computer, maybe buy a new computer, maybe a program, a software, but you really wanted to have it for a long time, and it's going to help your work. And on the 9th, we're going to have Mercury and Neptune trine. So Mercury in Cancer gonna come all the way here and going to make a trine with Neptune. So this is a really great opportunity to get back into social life. So perhaps you're going to get invited, you're going to have magical communication with others. It could bring in a new friendship, but it is a spiritual friendship. It's based on spirituality. It's based on forgiveness. Perhaps you are capable to forgive someone by this time. And on the 10th, and we're going to have Mercury and Pluto opposition. So it's going to be in 29 degrees. These two planets going to oppose each other. And actually, what degree is it? 10th, yes, 29 degrees, 24 minutes. So, you know, that is something about power struggle, but with communication. So you might not going to be able to tell something for your family members, because they are not on a level to understand you, or like they are different stage in life, and you just don't want to bother them with it. So it could be that kind of issue as well. But Mercury also going to create a square with the nodes, right, in Scorpio and what is that 0 degree Scorpio and 0 degree Taurus? It's out of sign, but it's still creating a grand cross in the sky. So it is a major issue, and it could be something with your siblings, and actually it could be something about, let me see, something about relationships, something about the way they are supporting or not supporting you, the way they are listening or not listening to you. So that could be a family issue or a partnership issue over here. And you are not going to tolerate that anymore. You're going to want to be heard, and you're going to make sure they are listening at this time. So it's a pressure point. And then, it also could be something with like an issue with maybe a person who is a business partner, or it could be a significant other, and you might want to tell them to slow down, and they could become a little bit overwhelming with that is that controls, and you don't want to be controlled. You don't want to be told what to do. That kind of situation could come up also. And then on the 14th, we're going to have the Sun and Uranus sextile. I'm looking this way because I have my note over here with all the aspects, and it's going to happen on the 14th. Yes, so the 14th, Uranus and Sun. Okay, so sextiling. All right, so Sun is following Mercury, obviously. This is the similar situation what I said before, but it could be because of Sun is in Cancer. You might want to invest in something in solar planners, or something to invest in energy related or self-sufficient, somehow self-sufficient. Or maybe you're just going to put actually a plug for your Tesla at home, so you don't have to go anywhere to plug it in and charge it, something like that. Could be simple as it is. And then on the 17th, it's a major change, guys. 17th, actually, finally, I mean, not finally, because you were the golden boy and girl the last 18 months, because North Node was in your sign, and North Node is a Jupiterian energy. It's blessing, but right now Jupiter went into your sign, so you're still blessed. But it's going to change sign, and we're going to go from the axis of the material world and the financial world. We're gonna go actually to the personal, like the selfishness. Actually, Aries could be selfish, and it's gonna go in your 12th house, and it could be like I need to support myself and nourish myself mentally. I need my retreat. I need to get segregated from society. I don't want to necessarily be around people. I want to work behind the scene, because in 18 months, I will be ready to show that to the public. I will be ready to get something out from it big, because when it's going to go to Pisces in your 11th house, that is, get something like a big luck with something what you were working behind the scene. So, Aries could be sport, and some of you going to become a really good basketball player, because 12th house rules basketball, because that's the poor people's sports, they say it. So yes, it could be something with sport over there, and yes. And then you are working behind the scene, you are getting better, you are doing a lot of training, and you will be ready to show your gift when it's gonna go to Pisces. All right. And then the South Node is going to be in Libra in your 6th house. So there is a lot of things that you will need to let go. First of all, you will be capable to get rid of open enemies. Also, it could actually, unfortunately, 6th house is pets as well. So some of you might have to let go of a pet. And then it could be also like a work, a daily routine is going to change. And Some health issue could rise as well, because South Node is karmic, and that is something from the past could coming back, which is fear-based, and because South Node is Saturnian energy. So it could be that, like, all right, there is definitely something changing with your daily routine. If you were a gym member or, you know, a yoga studio member, you might going to let that go, and you rather to do everything in home. And if you had business, like in the service for others, you might have to let that go, because right now you will need to concentrate on your own mental health. And then you are not capable to heal anyone until you heal yourself. Okay, so that's the 17th. And the 17th, we have a new moon, and the new moon happening in Cancer, and it's going to be 24 degrees. So it's going to get a Piscean flavor. So it's going to be sprinkled with Neptune and Jupiterian energies. All right. So that is definitely forgiveness and blessing. And because of Jupiter is in your sign, it's an extra additional blessing for you. So the new moon is in Cancer in your third house, communication skills. So start to study something, get some kind of, you know, if you want to buy a property, this is the time to buy a property. And it's great for you. Or if you want to do any kind of changes around the way you express yourself, this is the time right now to learn something. Maybe you're gonna go to school how to do a TED talk, or you know, how to communicate with people. So it would be beneficial as well. This new moon going to actually sextile with Uranus and trine Neptune as well. So it's not only going to get a Piscean flavor with Neptune and Jupiter influenced by, but also going to be trining with Neptune. So Neptune is in your 11th house, so it does have to do something with your social circle. There is a lot of forgiveness. There is people coming back into your life you thought you got lost connection with, and there is a lot of supporting energy and loving energy, because Neptune is really the higher octave of love. So with this new moon, you can create something. You can have a new neighbor. You can have a famous neighbor which is actually going to increase your property value. So it could be that as well. All right, Tauruses, then let me see what else is happening. On the 20th, we're going to have Saturn and Mars opposition. All right, so there it is, because Mars already going to change sign on the 10th and gonna go to Virgo, and it's gonna oppose Saturn retrograde. So what's gonna happen over here? It is in your 5th house. 5th house is your children, that is your lover, that is your investment, winning a prize over here. But Mars is the soldier, Saturn is the general. So in this case, it could be something like, you know, you are a little bit more assertive right now, and your social circle might be like, listen, you know what, I don't want your lover to come to, I'm inviting you, and I wanted to invite you, but I don't want your partner to come or your lover to come. Or maybe you are invited somewhere, but your children are not welcomed, and it's going to create some kind of issue with the social circle where you at. Or it could be like you are impulsive to talk and then to express yourself, and that is going to Saturn opposition, going to be like censor you. It could also do something with like you going to actually, your children are going to act up, and you're gonna be the one who is like spiritually going to talk to them and try to stop them, because Saturn is a brake. Mars is a speed, so it is like, all right, you know what, no speeding over here, kids, we are not rushing anywhere, you know, you cannot hurry nature, stop it. Or it could be something with what else, yeah, that's pretty much. So, and then we're going to have another grand cross. So between the 21st and 25th, we're going to have Sun opposing first to Pluto, all right? Because Sun is going after Mercury, right? It's gonna oppose Pluto, and then the nodes are already in Aries and Libra, so it's gonna affect your 12th and 6th house, and it's going to create a grand cross. So it's 6th house and 12th house involved, and then the 3rd and 9th house involved in this grand cross. So definitely there is some kind of work issue coming up. You will have to work very hard and something is not finished yet. So you might going to have to delay your family vacation and the children going to get angry. For example, it could relate to that. So, and then what else could relate to? So let's see. So areas over there, you might going to need some kind of support because your employer says if you still drinking or using drugs, you cannot work anymore. They need to let you go and they're going to fire you. So you will have to seek for a retreat or an addiction center, some of you. And otherwise you are not capable to continue working, or like your vehicle license is taken away because of you have some kind of addiction issue, and until you are not taking care of it, you are not capable to go. Or it could indicate like you have an IUD, and Libra is justice, legal system, so you need to go to court because of you were driving or do something under influence. All right, on July 27th, we are having Mercury and Venus retrograde. As I said, Venus is going retrograde in your 4th house. So it's bringing back an opportunity to redesign your house, redesign your kitchen or your children's room, because Leo also was originally 5th house. So it could be children's room, kitchen, or the house itself. And it could also bring back an opportunity to buy a home. And then it's going to actually Mercury going to go to Leo, and it's going to go to Leo on July 11th, and conjunct with Venus retrograde. So it's a lovely energy at home. It is like creating something, maybe playing more with your children. Maybe doing some kind of writing project with your children, studying with your children, and your children not going to oppose, they're not going to hate that. Actually, they're gonna kind of love it because you're gonna do it on a funny way. So it could be really loving. And then on the July 28th, we're going to have actually Mercury move again signs, and it's gonna go to Virgo. So it's gonna become in your 5th house, which is like, again, really good to take time with your children, go for a small vacation, something close by, something domestic, a car trip, a road trip. It would be really great for you guys. Camping, for example. All right, so this is July for you, Taurus. I hope you loved it. If you did so, please like, subscribe, and comment. If you comment below, even a thank you, please do so, because it really helps me to actually expand my audience and have other people with my guidance as well. Thank you so much for your attention and being here. I really appreciate that. I will see you in August. Bye for now.